Hello farmers, Rever here, and we are back for another episode. And at this point I would like to come into my list here, go to warehouses, choose from the list seeds and fertilizer. So you can see at this point we don't have any seeds or fertilizer. We actually have a little bit from the last sowing in the sower, but I would like to start setting up a play course that I can send this guy up towards getting seeds, and that guy being this little truck UAZ. And so if you notice, we got two of these bodies, so I'm going to put the other body on the trailer. It's a little bit wonky with the camera and this truck. It treats the bodies a little bit funny, but it works. Alright, there we go. Now we got these guys attached. Off to the store. Most of what we need now is fertilizer because we just got done planting the two fields, 10 and 11, and we don't have any fertilizer. I'm going to get a double truckload of that. Like I said, I'll turn it into a play course so that I'll drive it often. It costs money to hire a play guy for everything, but at least this way, as things get busier and busier, nice to have made these courses. After I get done with the fertilizer run, I'm going to probably make a seed run, and I'll do the seed run as much to test my UAZ course here. That'll give me a little bit of extra seed in case whenever field 12 comes through for us, hopefully. Got our purchase order in, or our bid. So for that reason too, I'm going to try to keep that money over $150,000. So I've got enough to buy it if it pops up. I don't know if I can... Whoa, what happened there? That was a weird glitch. That wasn't even my normal. That wasn't my normal bag. When I went to start the map up, the game crashed. I restarted Farm Sim. It seems to have loaded. There's our other grass field right there. Gas leak, but we do need to get a gas trailer. Nice to have gas down on the main farm there. I don't think there's any alternative farms here. I haven't played it or looked enough. It's way up there on the hill. That's not the garden center. It's a little silo up there. That is part of the garden center. Serious. Okay, there's a hops farm. That's all hops. So, yeah, I can put hops in there. So that's just, I don't know if that's decorative back there. Let's go take a look. Take a look at our thing here. So, shops, garden center, sells hops. Yeah. So this is, I guess, considered part of the garden center. They're selling pig. if I could take advantage of the price. I don't know who's buying, but that doesn't buy pig. Okay, this one buy beef 200. Pork. Factories. Okay, so here's barley and hops. Beer factory. Yes, I don't know if at this point it appears as if the yeah, so that's just a list of animals. That's what I thought it's not. So I only see this. At this point, the pork buys beef. I think that's it. All right. Well, in any event, we're not here to buy beef. Now I hear a cow noise there. If I look on the map, there's no symbol. Yeah, like I said, I think that sort of becomes the, that must be a slurry sell point, right? Yes, they buy slurries, that's what that is. Oil, cake, and bran. Can't switch your camera. Fly. I'm wondering if you don't, if this isn't a tip point for oil cake and bran. Well, I bet you the bran goes in here. I wonder if that paste back there is. So we buy manure too. Imagine that it all goes back to there. Well, anyway, we're here to get some fertilizer done. So I like to have that helper menu open. I'll pull in here. I think I'm going to do this one. I'm just going to fill these guys first before I even start. So I want to go to this one where I have the choice between the two. I'm going to have to switch tanks, so to speak, switch carts. Bodies. Alright, so now let's get plenty of fertilizer. Let me back up just a tiny bit. Not sure if that'll help course play, but the last one, you know, that guy drives right past it. Speaking of that guy, I did start him. Before we get this started. Yeah, see, he just sits here, so. So in other words, I think my start point is just a little bit too far. He doesn't stop right here, which is a bit bummer. Start filling, this is going to be pain too. So what I don't like about that, it's already expensive enough. I mean, it may be worth me re-recording that course because I think I'm just sitting there paying that course pay driver $2,000 an hour. It's not like I'm making anything in this gravel run to begin with. And I looked around, there's no other option. I can get the pickup truck. I don't have any other options to haul gravel that I'm aware of. You know, except for this one at 9,000 load. That's not great. Alright, so he's back on his way. Come back to this guy. Here's the helper now. Yeah, it doesn't matter which one you have selected when you record these courses. Alright, so we gotta remember to drive like a civil human being. So you're on the right side of the road. Better to go a little slow, too fast. So I will open her up hopefully for the straightaway. This truck gets up pretty good at 50, so it makes it not the worst vehicle to run back and forth. It doesn't hold a whole lot, but it's not like I got big replacements anyway. I may go look online, you know, for a slightly bigger wagon. I kind of doubt I'll find it, but you never know. I'm going to slow down a tad through town. This turn. It's a little wild. It goes fine on the straight, but it's not exactly the best turns. Yeah, I replaced the music here. So it's like a guy screaming. Bar fight. Which I guess if you're drinking at 10 in the morning isn't overly surprising. Yeah, you know what? I don't know if that's the same place I had lag before, but it seems like I hit that point. So far coming both ways. I'm not sure how well I'll make money. I'm a little bit disappointed with the concrete gravel run, I guess I should call it. It's certainly not a money maker. They charge me like, I think I'm making $150 a load or something. It's just not enough to justify. It takes like an hour to get like 10 loads. And if I'm paying the course plate driver $2,000, it means I'm only making 1,000 or 1,500. Paying $2,000 for the privilege to do that. I went the wrong way. Smartest course plate course ever. Alright, just in case I want to stop this guy. Let's cue while we're talking. In case I want to stop this guy, I am going to put a waypoint here. And that way, you know, if I want to keep him at the farm after he makes a run, he won't just automatically buzz through here. Try something. Switch trailers. Right. Guess I didn't switch properly. No, it's empty. Bit back and going. Yeah, and I don't know how well he would even unload the two trailers. I've never really. Maybe it'll be fine. In real life, I usually go with one bigger trailer. Not real life, but other maps. Alright, so we'll complete our course. So get some seed. We should have moved that. So try to stay on the gravel paths. Middle, so if I ever have equipment in the way. so the next job after this is going to be cutting some grass fields. Get the silage going. And then after the silage is going, I will go around and cut some trees out of the grass fields. And again, hopefully that field 12 purchase happens. Another field to plant. Have the seed for it. I might have enough in the back of that rapid seeder. We'll plant rye. We're going to stick with things that I think I can harvest with the equipment I have right now. Obviously, it's been a lot of money going out. So we get the silage and the wood chips sold. And the problem is the power plant only buys 300,000. And after I get done making wood chips, like I had close to 900,000 wood chips the last time I did this. So a lot more wood chips than I can sell in one day. Sorry if I'm stuttering when I'm talking. I really don't want to mess up this horseplay course, especially now as you get this close to the end. Kind of buzzed through town a little quicker than I should have. I didn't crash the horseplay mode. But like I said, we can give them a little test, find some more seeds. There's a seed buying course set up. Watch this turn. Just stop it right there. Okay, so I do have the selection here for seeds. That's what we want to fill up on. I'd be amazed if this guy does this right, but okay. That one. Oh yeah, fine. Wonderful. Now what I'll do, because I'm not sure if I want him to come back, I'll just have him stop at that next trigger pause point that I put while he unloaded. And then there we go. Alright, well, we don't have to watch him the whole time. So we have these two tractors. I got some fertilizer. So a couple more loads and he'll be end up around this thing. So I want to go down and see about selling some cement. Cement is the only thing they sell. It's 68. Oh, they don't have any cement. Guess we might have to wait till tomorrow to see if we get some cement in. Not sure how to. I know when I came to the power plant, it used and stuff at midnight. Doesn't take up so much memory. Alright, so we'll get some fertilizer going in this guy. I'm not sure how well this crop destruction thing's going to work out. It seemed pretty different. Hopefully, I heard one video saying that it didn't. This one. There we go. Oop. Refill sprayer. 7,000. I think this thing only holds 2,000. I'm going to come here, set up a course plate course, a straight line for right here, but then I'm going to go down and spray that other, start with the other field. You'll see what I mean in a second. So let's course plate. So we have that off. I don't need that on. And what we want to get is, how big is this thing? 17. So now let's 16.9. Perfect. So I'll move this guy over. Hopefully this is fairly logical. Uses punch the trigger. Let's just see what happens if we continue that. No, it's not going. Oh, we didn't lose. Alright, so I'll get him unloaded. We'll get this field started spraying, and I'll probably run down and get the grass going. I'm not sure that you guys need to watch me cut grass. I may come in at the very end of it, dump it off in the silage, GA. Nothing overly special about that. Alright, well, let me switch tractors, switch bodies, go forward a little bit. Very good. I'm not sure if this guy would drop off or if I messed him up by stopping him and starting him and all that stuff. Certainly put its cover back on where I don't think he would have. So there we go, though. There is our... We'll have some seeds for a little bit of extra fertilizer, I think. I don't think I'm going to use that much. Watch again. Oh, here we go. Yeah, I need to redo this course. Yeah, it's a bummer that that's off by that much. It ruins that whole long course. That course takes like 15 minutes. Which is part of the reason that it's not, not really worth doing this long run. We'll see what happens. I'm wondering if the overall process is worth it. Though it doesn't seem like it's going to be. Not unless those prices start going up. Ready? Let's see real quick if that made any sense. So I'll be able to just get this started. There's a missing bit here, huh? Let's get some of this crap. Very close, but I'm going to miss that bit. So I'll start here and spray these fields, and then like I said, get the grass cut. I don't think there's anything you haven't seen in 1,000 videos as far as grass cutting goes. Dropped off in the BGA. And once something even slightly more exciting happens, I will, come back. If I buy that field even, I may change my plans. But really what I do want to get that BGA going, just because it's pretty key to the whole operation of making money. It's been hemorrhaging out the other way. So anyway, I will see you guys in a bit. Okay, we're back, and as you can see, I took all of the grass out of the 2 fields. Oops, probably really better to look at this map. So you can see there's the field that's in the center of town. There's also another field that's over by the shop. And both of those are cut, ready to go. So, a bunch of dodging trees. I put, we'll have some silage to sell. I guess in about a day. Tomorrow when we wake up, should be ready to go. Or tomorrow morning, mid-morning. Now, off and set up to cut and wood chip. Put this stuff back on the farm. Probably could have gone the other way, might have been quicker, but going this way now, I guess. So we got the cement plant full of sand and gravel. I think we lost more money than we gained. One of the things you did miss is they came back with an offer on that field of $280,000. So I'm wondering if that doesn't have to do with my poor standing. It's, at this point it's really kind of not worth it, so I just canceled it. Probably should have started recording before I canceled it. I did go and hit the button again to see if they wouldn't reconsider, so to speak. Drop off this and go, now I need to get a tipper that I can load the wood chips into, and the little tiny ones that we have are just not going to make it. And then I'll go buy my semi-cheaty Bruks, maybe, chipper. I know it's not legitimate, but it's a little quicker than it really should be. Suck the whole tree in without hardly any effort. But at the same time, I wouldn't do this if I was just trying to make money off of lumber. I would either use legitimate, totally legitimate. I mean, it's nothing wrong with it. It's just one of those OP kind of things in the game. But for me, it's also one of those. It's also one of those activities that I just can't. I can't stand chipping these trees. And none of these trees are like the true lumber trees. They're all the trees that, decorative. I mean, they produce wood, but they try to get them into lumber. It's just too much. And it's not like the power plant doesn't have wood chips. Go ahead and get the equipment ready. You need to get the chainsaw, the chipper, and the tipper wagon. I have the tipper wagon I think that I'm going to buy. It's going to set us back into it now. This should be probably the first activity I do that actually brings back in some money. It's kind of much needed for morale, if nothing else, because at this point, look at my finances on loan, $715,000. I'm sitting there on $300,000, partially because I know I'd buy this equipment, but also because if that guy comes back with a more reasonable offer on field 12, I would buy it. I might just, if it's $280,000 again, I think I would just wait. So yeah, that's the first field. We'll cut all the trees down. Look, there's, each train seems to go by with different stuff in it. I imagine there's some kind of pattern, but another train, you guys had missed while I was cutting the grass field, was like a passenger train. Had the same engine on it, but it had passenger cars. Alright, so the store's still open. I'm not sure if this store closes like everything else. And I just wanted to take a look. Yeah, see, I think I could put Woodchips in here, but he only holds 21,000, and some of these trees will have an awful lot. And then this is the only other tipper, and again, I could put it, but he only holds 9,000, so I am going to come over here to mods, tippers, and this will be just a good all-around regular. It's kind of expensive, but it's good all around, tipper that can hold most things. It's also adjustable in size, which is just kind of cool. Yeah, it'd be nice if it always hold 50,000, but I think it'll hold 50,000 on the back of the when I'm running the chipper, but it'll only hold 37 after I try to overload or if I try to load into it from the bin. But that's okay. So we are going to go ahead and buy that guy. And let's go back to here. Not baling. Forestry equipment. Yeah, if you guys haven't seen this, I got it so long ago I couldn't tell you where. But it's powerful. Let's just put it that way. It's probably a little too powerful, but it cost you 50,000 too. So it's all part of the thing. I guess let's get a yellow one. Why not? And then the last thing we'll need is back in the regular. We will need a chainsaw. Yeah, that stupid thing fell over last time too. Sometimes you can get it to flip back. Flip back too close to that truck. Flip it over. I don't want to have to reset it because it costs you a fortune. See? Now the problem is when I go back forward, it wants to do it. There we go. See that skill? So what the best thing I think you can do is try to always fold your arm back in, and then if you watch when it unfolds the machine, it flips this bottom part down. I don't know if you guys have seen this thing before, but basically you just line it up with the bottom of the tree. I think you can even do the top of the tree, but sometimes it tends to miss it. It tends to miss the very top piece, and you end up with a little tiny pole left. But if we hit 0, it should bring it over. Even if it leaves it out. There it is. Alright, so now, I don't really want to drive this thing all the way into town. And we need to get that license, because this is not a field that we own. It seems like a public field, but we're going to take advantage of that. And we got this guy's already in town, so rather than even moving him, we have to go over to this building. So I have a license which is going to cost us $120,000. We'll have a license for 24 hours. Now, by the time we buy this chipper and this, it's gonna be 170 grand. Not even counting the tipper, which is another 40 grand. But again, we'll use that tipper for other things, selling crops and stuff. There we go. So, in case that guy comes back with a reasonable offer, we got to go borrowing more money again. Let's make sure. Let's put it around 200,000. I think I'd buy it up to about 200,000. All right. And as far as the status, I just mentioned. Let me show you that in case you don't know what I'm talking about. I didn't notice it at first. So if we come into this, you can see my status is now 6. Now, when the last time he told me 280,000, I was at 3. So because I've played, I guess 6 more. I don't know if that's 6 more hours or whatever, but I had fewer hours in, and it wasn't 1. It said 1 hour, but in any event. So I got 2 more for that, and it looks like, because I got a license, because I just bought that license. I don't own any. Oh, I own 1 rooster. So I could possibly get some points for owning a chicken. Sheep, cows. Threshed area. So if we actually make hay, we'll get some. Not sure what they mean by coin deals. Coins found or illegally felled trees. So I get points for just knocking down illegal trees. Or railroad penalties. I'm not sure. I guess, I don't know what, jumping the railroad tracks? Jumping the lights, at the railroad track? Alright, well, I don't have any completed contracts or missions. So we are going to... We got our license. Let's jump back over to here. And what I want to do... I'd like to cut all the trees down at the very end. Oops, did I not buy the chainsaw? I guess not. I think I didn't. Chainsaw, select. I have a Husqvarna 50 that I've owned now for 25 years or so. It's been a very good chainsaw for me. Nothing poor to say about these necessarily, but Husqvarna has been good to me, so why not buy it? Sorry about that, guys. I closed off my closed off the mic so I could have a cough and never turned it back on. Wonderful. I don't think you missed too much me blathering on about stuff and things, but you can see I'm filling up this. You know what? We're gonna just redo that segment. How's that sound? So, yeah, let's just stop this. Hello, guys. I was just riding back to the farm with my second load, Woodchips, and I realized that the microphone was flashing with the mute button on. So, you didn't really miss much. You saw me buy the chainsaw, and, you know, cut down the first tree, and I think I'll cut the video right about there. It's obviously not edited quite yet, but what I'll do is go back real quick and show you what I'm doing as far as this chipper goes. I showed you, and I even described it, but I didn't record the voice. Which, if I was planning on doing some kind of time-lapse thing, which I may try to do, I don't really have much for editing software. I wouldn't know where to begin with such a thing. But I would like to try that one day. As my production of these videos increases. At this point, it's mostly been me recording, rendering, sending them up to the internet without much recording, production going on, cutting and splicing, things like that. I just kind of do that manually through what I record and what I don't, which is a bit limiting. I'm sure real YouTubers get into the whole production side of it. For me, it's a little bit of a matter of time. You know, if you record an hour video and then want to go through it, it theoretically takes an hour to listen to the whole thing. And not that that's the end of the world, but now you've just spent 2 hours for one video. But you haven't even done anything other than watch it. So, and then you cut things out and put it all together. You know, I can imagine that, you know, putting together, if you really wanted to cut things down and be a production studio about the whole thing, it could take you a couple hours to get a video put together. So anyway, yeah, this is the Bruks chipper, and it's definitely, you know, OP, but it's, to me, it falls right in line with the silage. You know, that silage is sort of a lot more money typically than what it's worth. I usually will only use this on trees like this, like I said. Alright, so let's lower this down, and this tree should give us 25%. Nope, we didn't cut this tree, so let's go to 1. This tree should also give us 25%. So you see 24, pretty close. They vary a tiny bit. But I know this will be another 25% or so. 49%, and this one looks like another 25%er. You gotta watch out with just riding forward, if you don't, especially if you don't cut those tree stumps low. So this should get us, yeah, perfect. That's probably the perfect load in some ways. When I get 100%, I kind of feel like I've lost something. Being at 99% certainly seems like it's, you know, you're getting the maximum pretty much. Carry. Not losing anything. I think it was because of that. The whole reason that happened too is because of that first tree giving us only 24. IRS probably gave us exactly 25, close enough. Like I was saying, that's it. It's just a matter of running back and forth. We got our license for 29 more trees. And, you know, I'll probably get all the trees that are in the field on this side. And I'll go to that field in the middle of town and do the same thing. And, you know, I think I was saying during the silent time that I cut out, I'd like to stage all of my crops before I go and sell them. And this fence here, that'll knock you right sideways. Well, they all will. It seems to be at a bad angle. It just catches the front of the tractor. So if we come, again, I'll hit the question mark button, free up my mouse. Warehouses. For whatever reason, this is in the food storage. Where is it? I thought for sure it was. Oh, there it is. Yeah, Woodchips. Oh, we have exactly 100,000. Almost camouflaged in front. So yeah, we can hold 1 million, and I have a feeling that, you know, we're going to end up with close to 1 million Woodchips by the time we're done. Which is nice. If we go back to the power plant shops, oops, I won it already. They're selling it for buying it for 520 right now. Like I said, I don't know how tied to the, you know, the capacity that is. Like as it gets lower, does that number go up more? Sort of similar to a regular farm sim, I would imagine. Or when you haven't, you know, as you haven't sold to regular farm sim, the amount tends to go up overall. If you wait a couple days in regular farm sim, the amount will be back up towards the max. So I don't know, but at least we'll get, you know, say 500,000, 500 for each of it. If it's $1 million, that's going to give us about 500,000. If we get 1 million wood chips. Which is good, because that'll pay for the 190,000 or so that it cost us to get into the wood chip business. So unlike the concrete or the gravel, this is definitely a money maker. Though, if you notice in the power plant, they'll only buy 300,000. So that's going to limit us to how much we can sell to them each. I'm assuming each day. The last time I played on the other map, same map, my test game, we'll call it. It went down about 160,000 in that day. I don't know if that's random. I'm not sure if the rules I follow for one crop, like wood chips, does that apply to all of the, is that logic? If I figure out the logic of wood chip sales, does each one follow it exactly, or is it just sort of a loose thing? So we'll find out over time. So now we're at 50. Now this guy should only give us about 8,000. Kind of mess us up a little bit. Fall over as I got close to him. Cut this one. Now I got this other one up here. So this one should get me another 25, and this should get me another 8. And that'll be close enough to keep me tripping. I got scared of the chipper too. It started falling. You can see, well, we got half the field, but you know, a good chunk of the field cleared already. Third. We'll head back. And that's the reason I cut this grass first, was because crop destruction, I think, would destroy it. I wouldn't have got as much grass off of it. So even though it's a bit of a pain to cut around everything. Okay, well, let me cut it there. I will come back when I got a big pile of wood chips. And we'll wrap up the episode there, most likely. And then, like I said, well, I think I tried to say it right before I realized I was muted. So we'll figure out what we're going to do tomorrow. And, from there. All right. See you guys in a second. Hello, guys. Oh, my opportunity went away. I can't believe that. Gosh. Hello, guys. I was driving along, and a message popped up about buying the field for $110,000 or something, and trying to get my recording apparatus back in gear. It doesn't take that much, but it took long enough that the message disappeared. I'm not sure if it's because I hit a button or I didn't hit escape or anything, and I certainly didn't select it. So I'm going to just come over here, see what happens if I click this. Yep, I got the message back. So just so you know, if you I don't know if this times out after a period of time or if it was because I hit the button to start the recording. You know, I cut that little recording out, but in any event, I'm going to buy this field. And I was able to go into here and borrow a little bit more money and then hit OK. And then, you know, I hit the question or slash button, and now I'm back. Zip, see, it timed out again. So let's go back. Yep, so that's what happened. I didn't hit anything that time. It just sort of went away. So it must only stay up there for a certain period. But the good news is you get this message if you don't hit cancel. So here we go. Well, that's a lot of money for a field, but it also will add to our status. If you look, we should now have object owned 3, so now we have 7 points. So I think, you know, their willingness to sell to you for a good price and other events actually, I'm believing, gets triggered off of this total rating. Alright, that's not really what I wanted to hit. I keep thinking escape will get me out of there, but you just have to move. Alright, wonderful. Well, there you go. I'm not done. As you can see, I was just over here hauling back another load of wood chips. So I will continue that. As promised, when I get done, I'll wrap up the episode most likely. I took a minute to look, and the episode's long enough at this point. So, and we now own Field 12, so we have something to do in the next episode. This is Field 12 just right here. Now we own those 3 in a row. Look at the map. Up 9, 10, 11, and 12. Not sure which field we'll go for after that. And these I'll put all regular crops in. Next thing I want to do is get a grass field going. You know, somewhere 17 would be awful nice, but I think it's kind of expensive. And I don't know. We'll see. We got other things to do in the meantime before we even think about it. I'm sure I'll have time to think about it while I'm driving wood chips back and forth. Okay, guys. Well, I'll see you in a second when I get done this field. Well, guys, I'm on the field in the middle of town here. You can see I've cut most of the trees down. I've got one more tree to cut. If you look over in the menu down at the bottom, this gift to the Caucasus menu. And I just wanted to make sure I didn't forget one, so probably could have cut one that was in the middle. Let's suck this guy up. Gives me a 75% full. This little guy, I think I cut him. Alright, so that's pretty much all the trees in the field. I wouldn't have minded, you know, getting all the ones around the perimeter, but the other one, I don't know if he's really worth cutting down. This one. I'll just show you what happens when you get done with your contracts. So we'll come over here, just as I know he's a pretty big tree, so he'll be worth the ride back here. So let's just down. So I won't suck him up this time, or else I'll lose a bunch of it. This was the guy I had my eyes on before. There's a whole bunch of wood chips if I try to suck him up. Alright, so there you go. So see, that's it. That's all the trees I'm allowed to cut. But I had about $6,000. I've been selling wood chips to the power plant these last couple of trips. And as you can see, with this 40,000, that's not going to top him off, but I'll get up to, you know, pretty much his maximum for the day until he uses up some of the wood chips. Get up to 32, this trailer tractor combination gets kind of snaky. But since I don't have traffic turned on, this is full throttle farming sound. So I think I'm definitely going to crash. I'll show you where this power plant takes wood chips and husks, which I imagine is corn thing when you do it with the chrome. It's called husks. Husks. Chaff. That's the word I was thinking. So we've actually made some money. Not use that loosely. If we come over to our finances for the day. So here's our finances. We've spent $300,000 on vehicles. Construction, I'm not sure what that would be. Harvest income, which we're in the middle of. So for the day, we're at minus 600,000. Other is probably, you know, I'm assuming that adds up all the stuff from this mod. But yeah, so we're at minus 106. We'll get a little tiny bit more from this trailer. At least we got something coming in, right? Something substantial. We could sell some wheat, but like I said, I don't know. At this point, I'd rather just bite the bullet on the interest, maybe. And it's not like we're going to get that much for the wheat. We can get a contract. A higher rate will help a lot. Fortunately, it's probably going to be on something that we don't have. I think, so we just bought field 12, so we'll be in good shape with that. Having 3 fields will help. That'll be all of the farms that we run at first, just because I can do it with that little combine sprayer. Rapid seeder could obviously do bigger fields, but it's not the biggest one. The big thing I want to do next is get a bigger grass field, because while these two are going to be fine, I have a feeling that silage is going to be our bread and butter. I'm not going to overuse this chipper thing. This is practical. I may come out and take some more trees around the perimeter of these fields, but I'll wait until I own them. Or I noticed there was a few semi-annoying trees by some other fields. Okay, that worked. So now, drop the rest of this off at the power plant, which will just top him off for the day, so we'll get up to 300,000. Also, we did sell all of these within the hour, so we haven't seen any kind of a price dip. And then what I'll do is I'll go buy a stump grinder and just grind up all the stumps. I'm sure if that's something you guys need to see online. It's basic farm sim stuff. My point with a lot of this tutorial is to, you know, do farm sim things because it's a farm, but try to focus on showing you guys the gifts of the Caucasus and how it plays versus trying to show you me, you know, doing what I consider mundane field work or even too much of this wood chipping. This episode's getting a little long in the tooth. I'll come back in the next episode and pick up plant field 12 to get it started. discuss the strategy a little bit as I start up. And then we can go from there. Probably will wrap up the day. It's already... Yep, so there we go. So let's see how it stopped us from selling any more than that 300,000. So the last time, when I crossed midnight, that number dropped to, dropped by 160. So I don't know if that's random or if it, if you count on selling 160 each day, which would be, I'm assuming, and again, I don't know, if I keep that demand full, I don't know if that means the wood chip price drops overly much. Stay up around 500. If it stays up around 500, that means we can count on about $80,000 a day while we sell off the wood chips that we already have. And other than that, I'll take a load out to get the loader I need to sell off that silage. And I think I will let some time pass, because it seems like the more hours that I've played, status goes up. So when I first tried to buy that field, it was for $280,000. I ended up buying it for 110 or 210. So I think that if I can just sort of maximize my game time, I can start buying these fields reasonable price. Probably wasn't. It'll be quite a few crops before I even pay off the 210,000. Okay, well, I'll call it quits on this episode here. I will get ready to do field. I'll get those stumps out of there, then I'll get ready to start planting field 12, and I'll come back then. All right, well, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and have a good day. Take care.